In 2006, a movie got dumped in 130 theaters with no posters, no trailers, no ads. And a title some theaters didn't even know. It made under $500,000 and was pulled in a week. Today, Idiocracy is one of the most quoted, most accurate, most accidentally prophetic comedies ever made.
That's what I thought!
Here are 15 weird facts you didn't know about Idiocracy. Number 1, the whole movie started in a Disneyland line. Mike Judge has told this story many times. In 2001, he was at Disneyland with his daughters waiting for the Alice in Wonderland ride. Behind him, 2 moms with strollers started yelling and cursing at each other in front of their kids. The kids just watched it happen. Judge stood there and thought, this is what's winning. The loudest, angriest people are the ones having the most kids, and the world is being shaped one screaming stroller at a time. He went home and started writing. The first draft was called 3001. Then he renamed it the United States of America. Eventually it became Idiocracy. The whole movie, the whole future, the whole satire that ended up predicting half of modern life came from one bad afternoon at a theme park line. Number 2, the Crocs joke turned real before the movie came out. The costume designer needed a weird-looking future shoe on a small budget. He showed up with a sample of an ugly plastic clog from a brand nobody had heard of. He told Judge nobody would ever wear them in real life. Judge actually pushed back. He asked, "What if these get popular by the time we release the movie?" The designer laughed and said, "No chance, they're way too ugly." They put the whole cast in them. The shoe was Crocs. While the movie sat on the shelf at Fox waiting for a release date, Crocs blew up. By the time Idiocracy hit DVD, the shoe meant to symbolize the death of style in the year 2505 was on millions of feet across the planet. The joke aged into a prediction in under 2 years, and Mike Judge has joked that this was the moment he realized he might be in trouble. Number 3, real brands signed off and Fox panicked when they saw the movie. Terry Crews has told this story for years. Real companies were sent the script and asked permission to use their names: Starbucks, Costco, Carl's Jr.
Welcome to Carl's Jr. Would you like to try our
Fuddruckers, H&R Block. They read the pages, signed the paperwork, and expected to come out looking cool, like the kind of products that survive into the future. Then they saw the final movie. Starbucks now offers things we can't say on YouTube. Carl's Jr.'s new slogan is something we also can't say.
Please come back when you can afford to make a purchase.
No.
I'm sorry you're having
Come
trouble.
on.
Fuddruckers has been renamed something even worse. The Costco scenes show a store the size of a small country. The brands were furious. Several of them complained loudly to Fox. Crews believes the corporate fallout is one of the big reasons the studio quietly got cold feet about the entire release. The advertisers who paid Fox's bills did not want to be associated with a movie that mocked them this hard. Number 4, Terry Crews had to audition 5 times for Camacho. Camacho is now an icon, the wrestler, the porn star, the president who fires a machine gun like he's banging a gavel.
That's what I thought!
But Crews has said he was up against big names and had to come back 5 separate times to read for the part. Each audition got more intense. He kept being told they were still considering other actors. By the 5th round, Crews was burned out. He told the casting team, "If you find somebody better, just give it to him." That's a direct quote. They didn't find anybody better. The role that launched his entire post-NFL acting career almost slipped through his fingers because he was tired of waiting for a phone call. He has said he came one bad week away from walking off the project entirely. Number 5, Camacho wasn't even in the first version of the script. Here's the part nobody believes. In Judge's early drafts, the president of the future was a totally different character. There was no Camacho, no machine gun firing wrestler, no I am Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho.
President Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho.
The earliest version of the script imagined someone quieter, a more standard dim-witted leader. As the script went through rewrites with co-writer Ethan Cohen, the role got bigger and louder and more ridiculous. Then, once Cruise started auditioning, the character was reshaped around what he could bring to it physically: the roar, the smile, the pure stage energy. The most famous part of the entire movie wasn't in the original plan. It was built piece by piece, as everyone realized they had something special. Number 6. Brawndo became a real drink 1 year later. In the film, Brawndo is the bright green sports drink that has replaced water in everything, even crops.
Brawndow's got what plants crave. It's got electrolyte.
It's a joke about how dumb marketing has gotten, with a slogan that promises it will make you feel like you shaved your chest with a lawnmower. In 2007, a real company called Omni Consumer Products partnered with the people behind a drink called Cocaine Energy Drink and actually manufactured Brawndo, real cans, real distribution, over 10,000 cases produced in the first run.
How come nobody's buying Brawndo the Thirst Mutilator?
Ah, shit. Half the country works for Brawndo.
The only rules were that the liquid had to be alarmingly green and contain electrolytes. They sold it next to actual sports drinks. People bought it as a joke, then people kept buying it. Number 7. Mike Judge actually made the fart movie called Ass. In Idiocracy, the most popular movie in 2505 is a 90-minute film called Ass.
For 90 minutes. It won 8 Oscars that year.
It is exactly what it sounds like. A man's rear end farting for an hour and a half. It wins 8 Oscars, including Best Picture. For the scene where Joe walks into a theater and sees it playing, Judge actually had to produce a real film print of Ass. He wanted to fill the theater with real, genuine laughter, so he hired around 250 kids from a local juvenile detention program to fill the seats as extras. Judges said he expected to spend hours directing them on when to laugh and how big to react. He didn't have to. The second the print rolled, the kids howled. They wouldn't stop. They kept laughing through every take. At one point, Judge turned to his cameraman and seriously said, "Why are we even making Idiocracy? We should just release this." A fake movie inside the movie got the loudest, most honest audience reaction of the entire production. Number 8. The family tree contains some very real people. In the opening, the narrator explains how a redneck named Clivon ends up outbreeding entire universities while smart couples wait to have one child or none at all. The screen briefly flashes Cleveland's giant exploding family tree. It moves so fast you miss it. Pause it. Hidden in the branches are Hank Hill and Bobby Hill from Mike Judge's own King of the Hill. There's a chimpanzee, a goat, a dog, and then, in a move that should have caused real lawsuits, real politicians, including George W. Bush, Donald Rumsfeld, and Condoleezza Rice. The sitting president of the United States at the time the movie was made, plus 2 of his most senior cabinet members, are listed as descendants of a fictional redneck whose hobbies include scratching himself in public. They appear for less than a second. Nobody at the studio seems to have noticed. Number 9. The American flag is made of Carl's Jr. logos and brand names. This is the kind of detail almost nobody catches. The 2505 American flag still has stars and stripes, except the stars aren't stars. Every single one is the Carl's Jr. smiley face logo, and the red stripes aren't actually red. They're red text. If you freeze on a clean shot of the flag, you can read the stripes. They list the proud sponsors of the United States of America, including Carl's Jr., Costco, Brawndo, Tarleton's, Fuddruckers under its new name, and a long line of other fictional brands. The flag itself is a sponsorship deal.
President of America!
The national symbol has been quietly sold to the corporations that own the government. It might be the smartest, meanest visual joke in the entire movie, and most viewers walk away never seeing it. Number 10. Fox released the movie like they were hiding it. This is where the story turns into a horror movie. Test screenings went badly. Fox pulled the original 2005 release date, then pulled it again. When the film finally crawled into theaters on September 1st, 2006, it played in only 130 cinemas. None in New York, none in San Francisco, none in any of the country's biggest markets. There were no trailers, no press kit, no critic screenings. Luke Wilson and Maya Rudolph did zero press for it. Some theaters didn't even hang up posters. A few that did get the film listed it on MoviePhone as Untitled Mike Judge Project, because Fox gave them so little material that nobody knew the actual title. One audience member who later wrote about it said the only sign the movie was even playing was a paper printout that looked like it had come off the theater manager's inkjet, taped to a hallway sign. When he asked the ticket seller for a ticket, the ticket seller had to go check with his manager because he had never heard of the film. Quick pause. If this is hitting, hit subscribe so the next deep dive doesn't get buried the way this movie did. Drop your favorite line from Idiocracy in the comments. Mine is, Bronda's got what plants crave. Now back to the future. Number 11. It made $495,000 and was pulled in a week. Let that number sit for a second. $495,000 total worldwide. That's one of the lowest grosses in 20th Century Fox's history for a wide credit release. It earned less than most small film festival entries. It earned less than the marketing budgets of movies playing in the same multiplex that weekend. It was pulled from theaters after 7 days. The cinematographer of the film later said he had never seen a studio release that didn't even get a newspaper ad. The cast and crew thought their careers were over. Dax Shepard, who played Frito, said for years that it was a black mark on his resume. For most movies, that's the ending. For this one, that's where the real story actually starts. Number 12. DVD saved the entire movie. What Fox couldn't sell in theaters, America couldn't stop watching at home. The DVD release in early 2007 became a quiet, word-of-mouth hit. Friends made friends watch it. Co-workers passed around copies. People started quoting it before most of the country had even seen it. The growth was slow at first and then enormous. By the end of its first year on home video, Idiocracy had earned more than 20 times its theatrical gross. By 2010, it was on cable rotation. By 2016, college professors were assigning it. News anchors were quoting it on air. Political commentators started using the name of the film like it was a real place. The movie that played in 130 theaters with no posters became impossible to escape. The studio that buried it on purpose now lists it as one of its proudest cult releases. It is one of the most famous reversals in the history of how Hollywood judges its own product. Number 13. They tried to make Camacho anti-Trump ads in 2016, and Fox killed them. In 2016, as the presidential race got stranger and stranger, Mike Judge, co-writer Ethan Cohen, and Terry Crews quietly started developing a series of campaign-style ads. Camacho would come back. There would be fake debates against real candidates. There was even talk of an actual cage match. Crews wanted to step back into the costume. Judge and Cohen had already written several scripts they felt were funny. Then Rolling Stone broke the story before the ads were finished, framing them as straight anti-Trump campaign material. Fox saw the headlines and pulled the plug. Judge later told the Daily Beast that he wished the announcement had stayed quiet because the bit needed to be funny first and political second. He wanted them to slip out online and find an audience naturally. Instead, they got branded as politics before anyone had ever laughed at them. None of the ads ever aired. Number 14. The Wilson brothers played opposite each other and almost nobody noticed. Luke Wilson plays Joe, the average everyman who has to save the future. The huge, bald, machine gun firing beef supreme, the rehabilitation officer trying to kill Joe in the monster truck demolition derby, is played by Andrew Wilson, Luke's real older brother. They share several scenes. Most viewers go years without realizing they're watching real brothers face off on screen. The cast is full of these tiny reunions. Justin Long shows up as a future doctor. David Herman, the actor who played Michael Bolton in Mike Judge's earlier film Office Space, returns in a brand new role. Stephen Root, another Office Space veteran, makes a quick appearance. Mike Judge himself voices the announcer at the demolition derby. That's 15 facts behind Idiocracy. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with whoever in your life still says, "It's got electrolytes."